Right. So I decided to do this, to start this today. And I've never had a vlog before. I am used to writing. And so I have a blog where I can do whatever I like to do with my pen and not bother with people seeing my face and all that. And so I'd struggled with this a bit because I don't know. For me as a lady, most of the vlogs that I come across, well, maybe they're the things that I look out for too, but most of them that have to do with ladies, very few of them actually touch on things that are really of significance. Most of them are just trying not to use the wrong word here, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I just decided that I would start this and not bother about, the stereotypes or expectations of people or whatever, because this really isn't about anybody else. This is about the things that I think about in my head, the things that I see that I know that matter, and for me, it's not so much about just talking about them anymore, just writing about them or criticizing anyone or people that are affected. This is me putting in my own quota to help somebody out there. And in the process of talking and having these discussions, and my hope is that it will get to somebody who really needs it. It's good to write. It's good to have books. But if we're going to be factual, I think that in this day and age of technology and mobile phones, videos go viral faster than books. That's just the truth. So even though I have written a couple of books, I have decided to brace up and do this vlog. Today being the first video that I'll be putting out there, I took the effort, and I really did, for a nice presentation. But I would say that while the presentation is great, I would really, really ask that my audience, please, when you come to my vlog, what you look out for are the topics that I intend to deal with as in-depth as possible and as practical as possible. I don't do makeup sessions. I don't do hair sessions. I'm not a fashion blogger. So this basically is about us talking about the present world we're in, the reality of a new world order, whether we want to call it that or not. The truth is, there is a new world order that is being assembled right now under our noses. And while some of us are matured enough to handle some of the things that are thrown our ways. In a few years' time, it's going to be bigger than what we're seeing it to be right now. Put that aside. Put that aside. There's another issue of us as individuals, who we are, who we think we are, and how we got to where we are. And there are a lot of people who are hurting, a lot of people who have buried their heads in the sand, their issues in their lives that they're not willing to deal with and would rather pretend like they're not there. But there are underlying factors that affect their everyday relationships and their ability to be the best of who they can actually be or that they were meant to be. The main concern of this vlog is about parenting and child well-being. It's the relationship factor, really. The mission of this vlog is to talk about how we can rebuild a new generation redefining values and purposefully defining identities. I think one of the main challenges that adults face, and even children, is the issue of identity. And as we seek to find ourselves, sometimes we fall into lies that have been told to us, sold to us, lies that we have come to accept and believe. But then you really ask yourself, how do you know what the truth is? Because before you can say something is a lie, then there must be a truth somewhere. I think that makes some sense. So I'll tell you this. This is my theory. This is my theory. And this is how, for me, you get to know what is truth or not. My theory is that there is a purpose that we are on this earth as humans. And that purpose is not economic. That purpose is not who can make the best outfit or who can wear the best outfit. That purpose for me is not who can make the most money or who can build the biggest house or who makes the Forbes magazine of the richest person wherever. All these things, when you bring them together, at the end of the day, it's all about relationships. It's all about relationship. I believe that our purpose on earth is about relationship. We're born into the earth. Nobody dropped. Nobody. Everyone living on this earth. So far, I know I've heard of cloning and stuff, but I'm yet to see them. But as far as what flows inside of you is blood, and you have got all the elements that make up a human being, then definitely you came from someone. And definitely someone must have brought you up. I'm not going to define bringing up right now. We'll talk about bringing up later on. But right now, relationship is the bane of who we are in this world as humans. If you get the relationship right, there's every likelihood that every other thing will fall in place. But then it's also essential to get who you are in the whole scheme of things. Because you see, I have this vision that there's a higher being somewhere, and all of us, we are puzzles, and everything is being orchestrated, and you as an individual puzzle may not know where you fit, but there is somewhere that you do fit in. And the best way of fulfilling that purpose is understanding who you are and getting yourself fixed into where you ought to be. How do you get to understand who you are so that you can fulfill the ultimate mandate? I think that's where this vlog comes in. If you're about my age, you may not be thinking too much about that. You may. I'm still thinking about it. And I'm trying to do my own bit. But for me, I believe that I've gotten to a stage where I can help those coming behind me. Those who are walking the path that I have walked. I can help so that they do not face as much of the difficulties that I faced getting to where I am. Which basically is a form of philanthropy, if you look at it, because that's basically what a lot of people who have made it do. They've made a lot of money. They've created a name for themselves, and because of they've decided to give back. That's usually the phrase, to give back. Well, I will be discussing on how we as parents and guardians can help children in their quest in this life. How to redefine values, because today I don't know, the values today are far from what I grew up knowing.
I don't know.
And this is spoiler alert. This is my little madam here. Say hello, Tim.
Hello, Tom.
That's the love of my life. Bear with me. It's likely that you see her in my videos, probably more often than not. She happens also to be my little helper and a very willing participant in part of my research work. As a parent, we don't know it all, because one minute you're somebody's child and the next minute you're somebody's parent. So there's a place between that transition where you're a child and then you become a parent. There is no schooling there most often. So the transitioning is a bit sudden. And so even though we could go around calling ourselves parents, we're still learning. We're still learning. And it's, I think it's great when you have somewhere to look to for help, for wisdom, and for assistance. I'm hoping that this vlog will, I would love for it to be interactive. So from time to time, I will read. I would hope to get feedback from all of you watching. As much as possible, let's keep it constructive. It's going to be a very decent vlog. We could share ideas, we could share views. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it being quite interactive. Some of you may ask, why now? Well, without stating the obvious, just look around you. Everything is melting down. We've got wars and rumors of wars. We've got famine. We've got economic crisis. And a bit of, on the lighter side, there's a two-faced thing about the technological boom in the world. I can do this now. I can go to YouTube and upload this and have this discussion. On the other hand, what the internet, or rather the way the internet is so free, the way it's the availability, it's just there. It's there. It's available for anybody to use. And it's almost virtually limitless. It has made our world a global village. Back when I was in school, back in the 80s, the global village was like, it was like a word, an abstract word, Oh, global village was like a phrase that you just, made use of to feel like what you're talking about, like, oh yeah, the global village. That's the reality we're in right now today. The world is a global village. And where once before, if if you weren't an ardent listener to the news, or you never bothered yourself with reading newspapers, you probably won't know beyond your nose. But today it's right in your face. Even if all you're doing is Facebooking, there's a news section right, on your page there, where the top news and all of that is. So you can't escape it. You can't.
I can't do it.
Excuse me. Here you go. Put your hand in. Good girl. And I'll put it back out. Brilliant. Well done, baby. So, what is the essence of all of this? The essence here is that the coming generation, the children that we have today, are going to be exposed to much more, a whole lot more probably more than they can handle, and they will struggle. Some of them may not. It's just that they may end up becoming people we don't recognize if we don't get our act together. The content of my vlog is, I mean, it's non-biased. It's not racial. It doesn't really have anything to do with what part of the world you live in. Nothing to do with your skin color. Yes, I mean, I may come up with, um, some issues that may sound typically African, but in the end, parenting and child well-being are just that. There's no other language. There's nothing else to define them. There's a common ground across board. Being a parent, having a responsibility over little children, having a responsibility over your seed, and child well-being, bringing up children purposefully, with confidence, instilling in them values that would enhance their humanity, instilling in them values that would help them to understand and own their own identity. Nothing more than that. This may seem a bit unimportant, especially to, some African parents, because I think we usually take it for granted that we know what we're doing. But please just be patient with me. Hang on in there. Over time, you come to realize that the topics and the issues that I'll be discussing, we do take them for granted. And unfortunately, they do affect us growing up. They affect our children in ways we probably never even realized. And then sometimes you might just find out that while you've been asking yourself, what have I been doing wrongly? You'd realize what it is that you have been doing wrongly. Or what is it that I can do more? And we can talk about it. My name is Fumi Amokildo. Welcome to my vlog. I hope we have a great time. I intend to have a great time doing this. And I look forward to being welcomed into your space for the little time that I can. For now, have a lovely day and do take care. Bye.